Amen. Last Sunday, I told you that there is one thing that if we could change within us, within each of us, and within our church community, our church would be transformed. Do you remember what is that one thing? Nobody? No. What was it? No. To understand that everything that God revealed to us, that everything the church gives to us is for our sake, not for God's sake. Remember now? I told you last Sunday that if we understood this one thing, that everything that God revealed to us, everything that the church is giving to us is for our sake, so that we would have life and the fullness of life, our church would be transformed. Because we would be transformed. Why do I say this? Because so many people believe that what we do in church, we do to please God. We don't do it for that. We do it out of love for God, yes. But that's a completely different story. In our human relationships, it is one thing to do something for somebody to please that person, but you don't really mean it. And it is something completely different to do it out of love without even thinking about what we are doing. This is why the ones on the right side of the Lord at His second coming that He's talking about in today's gospel are asking Him, Lord, when did we do all these good things for you? Because we don't remember. I've never done anything for you. And that is so true. Because the holy ones, those who knew who God was and what love was, did everything that they did out of love, without even thinking about it. And once again, everything that God reveals to us, everything that the church is giving to us, God and the church are giving to us for our sake, for our transformation in God's likeness. Everything that the church is giving to us is giving to us to transform us into the type of people that are going to be on the right side of the Lord at His second coming. People who have God and His love within them. We have the church calendar, right? We have the church calendar. Do you have a church calendar at home? We still have a few in the darkness. What is the recommendation of the church for tomorrow? One of the recommendations of the church for tomorrow. What is it? No meat anymore from tomorrow on. As we could hear in today's epistle reading, the words of St. Paul, food is not going to make us better or worse before God. then why is the church recommending not to eat meat anymore from tomorrow if food doesn't matter? Because it's not about food. It's about love. By eating less, by eating simpler, by eating less processed food, and meat is one of the most naturally processed foods. Once I was reading an article, and it was a scientific article about meat consumption. They were saying that if the same amount of corn is eaten directly by people, if a specific amount of corn is eaten directly by people, that corn could feed 10 people for one day. If the same amount of corn is given to cows to produce meat, and then people eat the meat produced by the cows, there is going to be enough meat for one person for one day. If we eat less, if we eat simpler, if we eat more directly from the creation of God, there is going to be more. Unless people are going to starve. Every 10 seconds, a child dies of starvation somewhere in the world. Every 10 seconds. More than 9 million people every year. And at the same time, here in our country, we have a problem with obesity and with overeating. It's not about the food. It's about our desire and our carelessness, our lack of love. This is only one example. But what I want you to keep in mind for today, because I might ask you again next Sunday, what is the one thing that we should understand? That everything that God reveals to us, He reveals for our sake, for our transformation in His likeness, for our transformation in the loving beings that He knows that we could be, for our transformation in the image and likeness of God, so that when the day will come that we will encounter Him at His second coming or our going to Him, the fire of His love will not burn us, will not be hell for us, it will be the fire of love, because we already have the fire of that love within us. And His fire and our fire of love will become one and will be the warmth of the kingdom of heaven for us. Amen. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the